For my favorite part of the show, why did he say that shit? Why would he say that? So Colin Cowherd, who I'm a huge Colin Cowherd fan. Again, when I do these segments, it's not just to criticize people that I don't like. I will also, if I disagree with something said, even if it's somebody that I do like a lot, and I watch Colin every single day. Again, the whole point of this segment is I'm watching a lot of sports media, a lot of sports coverage, and a lot of it is bad. Some of it's really good. Colin's on the really good side. It's just I want to do it so that you guys don't have to, and then I can come let you know what is the craziest thing I think I heard the day before. And this wasn't maybe a big deal, and the way Colin does his show, this was kind of just thrown in there. But it just took me for a loop, especially for someone like Colin. And that was, he was defending that A.J. Brown, he compared A.J. Brown to an NBA player or an NBA superstar who doesn't get enough jump shots. That A.J. Brown is so talented, which he is. A.J. Brown's such a great receiver, which he is, that him not getting enough catches or enough touches because Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense, that's just not what they do. They run the ball, there's much push plays. It is not a high-volume offense for receivers. And Colin brought up the point, A.J. played in Tennessee, which with Derrick Henry was not a high-volume offense for receivers. It was Derrick Henry. It was run, throw occasionally. Then he gets the Eagles, and now the Eagles are even more than Tennessee with Derrick Henry, which is kind of crazy to think about. Run, not a high-volume offense for receivers. So he's like, I wouldn't be upset if A.J. Brown was like, or he says, I understand A.J. Brown saying, you know what, if he were to say, I want out. I can't get behind this. I also, as a side note, I think this same conversation, now no one said this besides the player specifically, I think A.J. Brown and Myles Garrett are in the same spot. Now, they're on two opposite ends of the spectrum. A.J. Brown is on a great team that can win a Super Bowl, just won a Super Bowl, could go back-to-back. Myles Garrett's on a team that might finish with the worst record in the NFL. Both in the last 24 months signed very large, lucrative contracts that at the time, Myles, at the time he signed, was the highest paid non-quarterback ever. And A.J. at the time, now it got passed up almost immediately, at the time, signed a new deal with Philadelphia to be the highest paid receiver in the league. Once you do that, when you already know what it is, this isn't get drafted to a team and you're just forced there, or they're franchise tagging you, or, you know, like, we know how certain contracts, you're almost just stuck there. This isn't a stuck there situation. A.J. Brown signed a contract with Jalen Hurts being the franchise quarterback. He didn't sign it with, let's say, like, if he had signed the deal, if you want to go play around with history, go back in time, like, it wasn't like he signed a deal and it was when Carson Wentz was there, and then Carson Wentz gets hurt and we see that derail and then Jalen Hurts take over, and it's like, oh, well, this isn't what I signed up for. The other guy was a more volume passer, I got more touches. No, he signed a deal with essentially this same roster, the same play style, and the same level of success. That we are going to be a perennial playoff team who can get to a Super Bowl, who can win a Super Bowl, but it is a run-heavy team. Myles Garrett signed his deal. Like, Myles Garrett made a comment, and I don't usually go after players in this, but just to give the context, Myles Garrett made a comment saying, you know, shit's embarrassing. And yeah, it is. But you knew the Browns weren't going to be very good. You knew you had requested a trade earlier in this offseason because you in your heart of hearts probably knew, Browns aren't going to be very good. And then they gave you the largest contract for a non-quarterback ever. I understand it got passed up right away, but at the time, that 40, I think it's at 41 million or 41 and a half, you took the money. A.J. Brown, you took the money. And again, when you sign in this is not, I was drafted, I'm stuck there, or I'm drafted and I got franchise tagged. No, both players said, I want to re-sign for this large amount of money, and we're not even a year out for both of them in regards to signing this contract. And I think in AJ's case, it's just kicked in. This is the first year of it because he signed before his previous deal ended. Myles the same. Well, Myles, I think, will kick in next year. You don't then get to complain, and this is my issue I think I took with Colin of why I don't understand why he said it. If you sign up to play on the Warriors during the Clay, Steph, KD, and you sign for $25-30 million, you know you're the fifth option. You know Steph's going to get shots before you. You know KD is going to get shots for you. Clay's going to get shots for you. And Draymond is probably going to get shots for you just because he's a part of that core. So if you're the fourth or fifth option on that Warriors team, you go sign for $30 million, I don't feel bad for you. You did that. You know who hasn't complained? Like, when the Bucks signed, and the Bucks I think are going to take care of Baker. Baker has probably the best value for a contract in the NFL right now. The $30 million a year for a quarterback, for what he has produced, maybe one of the best values of the 21st century for a contract. Like, that's just how highly paid quarterbacks are, and so how underpaid he is for the position, and how productive he's been. Baker's maybe one of the best deals of the 21st century. But if you're A.J. Brown, you're Myles Garrett, like, look what Micah just went through, right? Like, their situations are so much different. And Micah, as much as Micah is talking about how much he loves the Packers right now and how great the culture is, I 1,000% believe that if Micah had re-signed with the Cowboys, he would say the same thing about Dallas. I 1,000% think he would. So, no, I don't feel bad or think A.J. Brown has quote-unquote, like, I hate using these kind of terms, but does A.J. Brown have a right to be upset with how the Eagles are playing? No, not really, because you knew who they were when you re-signed this deal. Again, this is essentially the same core of players. This is the same team, the same coach, the same quarterback. And the reason, why I brought up Myles Garrett is because even though it's not meant to go after the player, Myles Garrett could complain to high hell this year. And Myles Garrett's amazing. He's one of the best defenders I've ever seen in my life. We were just talking about him. He's in an S-tier class of elite defensive players. You signed up to be with the Cleveland Browns. Like, you requested a trade. You could have been out of here. And so AJ signing the deal, the 3 years for 96, and then now it's like, well, now all you want to do is you want to read books on the sidelines, or you want to complain, or you want to, say I'm not getting you lose that convo in my head. So I did not understand Colin going, yeah, I get it. I don't. You knew what you signed up for. I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.